Hey yogis, it's Mags. Thanks for joining me. So today we will be exploring some balance. But what is balance? Balance in the simplest form is an even distribution of elements, and for what we think about balance is usually just standing on one leg and trying to keep ourselves upright. So for that we need to have a lot of awareness in what's happening in our legs, and also focus on the stabilizing muscles and keeping the connection with the earth. So mainly doing the balances can help you balance better. But what's important to remember is that with balancing, it's tricky because no 2 days are ever the same. So it's practicing that acceptance that sometimes a balance just might not be there, especially if you've felt a bit stressed or anxious, or you had lots going on, because it's being able to get out of your head and into your body that can help you find that peaceful and stable place when you balance. Okay, are you ready? So let's start lying on our backs. So constructive rest pose. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. So 2 more like this. Noticing where your body comes in contact with the mat. 1 more round of breath in and out. Now bring the feet to the hip distance apart and cross your right leg over the left. So you're going to open up through the outer hip, but also start warming up through the ankle joint. So lift the left leg up and either grab behind of the left knee or in the front, depending on how open your other hip feels. Right foot is flexed and relax your shoulders. Keep your breath deep and start rolling your left ankle. 3 times one way. Switch direction. You can point and flex the foot. Just do what feels good. And then let go of the left leg and do on the other side. So remember that when it comes to opening, especially our hips, one side might feel a lot different than the other. But in terms of balancing, people usually tend to have one side that seems to be a bit stronger and more stable, but that's perfectly fine. Deep breathing. And then let go of your legs. Draw the knees towards your chest, give them a hug. Rock from side to side. And then rock yourself up, cross your legs and transition into all fours. So from here, 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round your back. 2 more, in and out. So releasing any tension, mobilizing the spine to help us remember how to stack the joints properly. And tuck your toes under, push the mat away and find your downward dog. So follow your normal protocol. If you want to pedal the feet, spin. Do what feels right. The first few downward dogs usually feel quite tight. It's a great opportunity to connect with your body. Now walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, forward fold. And as you inhale, roll yourself all the way up to extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. So to warm up the body, you're going to go through one round of sun salutation and then try some balances. Inhale, find length in the body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, plant your hands and step back into down dog. As you inhale, come into the balls of your feet, roll over into plank, shimmy your feet back if you need to, or stay on your knees. And then as you exhale, allow yourself all the way down, feet are flat. Hands by your low ribs, inhale into cobra. And as you exhale through plank or tabletop, make your way to downward dog. Then inhalation, walk towards the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. And as you inhale, rise up, shooting up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart. So now into Tadasana, close your eyes. Allow your attention to melt and merge with the breath. So notice what's happening in your body, especially in your feet, your legs. What is it trying to do to keep you upright? All the tiny wobbles, you're just embracing. And now open your eyes. So we'll try tree pose. So in balancing, see, I just lost it. It's really important to cultivate a deep connection between you and the earth. And for that, it would be handy to have a surface as big as possible to balance on. So for that reason, can lift all of your toes and one by one, spread them on the mat. So now it looks quite weird, maybe not for you, but so we're trying to get as much surface as we can to balance on. And then imagine you can lift the arch of your foot. So it's works like a suction pad. So it's like a big tentacle. So then we shift the weight onto the left leg and lift the right heel up. So see how that affects your hip position, what happens to your posture. Try to keep your hips level. And then bring the right heel on top of the left one. So gently squeeze your right bum cheek to open up through the hip. Brace your core and try to stand a little bit taller whilst cultivating the connection with the earth and sending the roots down through the standing leg. Bring the hands at your heart, and with the right heel lightly resting on top of the left ankle, find your tree pose. So deep breathing, sending roots down the standing leg. So you're like a majestic oak tree. And if you feel like you'd like to try something else and your balance allows you, you can bring the right foot to rest on the side of your left calf. So we still want to cultivate the engagement through the hips, through the core, trying to keep us upright. And welcoming all this posture is offering to us. Find your breath and let it be peaceful. If this doesn't feel right, you can always bring the heel down. It doesn't matter which option you go for, you're still gaining the benefits of the pose, so sharpening your concentration. And then the third option, that I need to help myself with my hand, so grab my right foot and place it in the inner left thigh. So the key here is that you press the foot into the leg as much as you press the leg into the foot. Bring the hands together and also press the fingertips. So you draw energetically into the midline of your body, so all the strength, all the stability, whilst embracing all the wobbles in the standing leg. If this doesn't feel right, you can always bring the leg down. Check with your breath if it's easeful. If you can concentrate and work with whatever's happening, then you're doing great. But if you can't manage your attention with your breath and it's ragged, you can't control it, then it's probably better to lower the foot down, but see what's working for you. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently bring the right leg down. You might want to give the left leg a little shake. And come back to the top of your mat. Hands at heart. Inhale, extend it. Exhale into fold. Inhale, half lift. And as you exhale, step back into down dog. Then from here, walk your hands towards your feet. And then bend in your legs if you need to. Roll yourself up to standing. So that little movement may have taken away the pressure of balancing, which can be a lot sometimes. So now we can try it on the other side. So spread your toes super wide. Place them down one by one. Lift the arch of the right foot and engage your leg. So you want to lift the right kneecap, feeling how strong the standing leg is. And then lift your left heel and open through the hip. So one of the options is to let the heel rest on the ankle. Roll the shoulders down so you open through the chest, standing tall and strong, with a big smile on your face. If you're happy here, stay. Or you can bring the foot on the side of your right calf. So if you go for the second or third option, it's crucial not to place the foot on the knee joint, because then if you press too much, it's not very good for it. So it's either below or above the knee. Find an equanimous mind here and stay, or bring the left foot to the inner right thigh. Press the foot and the thigh together. Stand tall and root down the standing leg. So imagine you're immovable. You've got strong roots, solid trunk, but your branches and leaves move lightly under the breeze. And you're like a tree, so you bend so you don't break. Two more rounds of breath here if you can. And then as you exhale, gently release the leg. Come to Tadasana. Inhale your arms up. And as you exhale, fold. And this time walk your feet, your hands towards the top of the mat to find your down dog. As you inhale, roll over into plank or stay on the knees. And with an exhalation, lower yourself all the way. An inhalation, open through the chest and cobra. And as you exhale, come back into downward dog. Walk your feet towards your hand. Exhale, fold. And as you inhale, rise up extended. Exhale, hands to heart. So spread your toes wide, shift the weight to the left leg, and this time bring the right knee up. So using the strength of your hip flexors and your core, lifting the leg up, flex the right foot, and if you want to, hug the knee towards your chest. So notice what's happening in the standing leg. And now if you want to, using the peace sign fingers, you can grab hold of your right big toe. But key here is that you slide your hips so they're even. You keep the chest open. So if you want to hold onto your toe, it's fine as long as you don't compromise your posture. So you don't want to be here. You want to stand tall. Hand on the hip. And there's another variation that you extend the leg out, but this requires a lot of flexibility in the hamstrings, and we're trying to figure out the foundations of balancing rather than going to the extremities. So keep sending roots down the standing leg, stand tall, shoulders are down, and then as you exhale, bring the right leg, give the left leg a little shake. Let's try the other side. Toes wide. Engage the standing leg. Bring the left knee up. So first of all, try to use the strength of your hip flexors to bring the knee up as high as you can before you hug it in. Find a peaceful place in your head and either stay where you are or with your index and middle fingers, grab hold of the big toe. Roll the shoulders down and bring the right hand on the right hip. Squeeze your right bum cheek, keep the hips level and breathe. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, bring it down. Come to the top of the mat, hands at heart. Close your eyes. So notice what's happening in your body now. You've cultivated more of the awareness in your legs. What's happening, drawing the energy to the midline of your body. So you may well be standing stiller, more stable. And then open your eyes. And then bring the arms over your head. Grab hold of your right wrist. Cross your right leg over the left. Inhale, find length. And as you exhale, lean to the left. Inhale back to center. Let's do it the other way. Feel the side of the body lengthening and opening. Inhale back up. And this time, you want to lean to the left. So grab hold of your right wrist, but also lift the right leg to the side. So we're moving away from our center of balance, using our glutes to lift the leg out. There's a lot going on. Inhale, back up. And then we're going the other way. Inhale, find length. And as you exhale, lean to the right. So notice which side feels a bit more manageable or lighter. Brace your core. And as you inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands at heart. Well done. So there are lots of ways that you can spread the elements evenly to achieve a sense of balance. And I hope these 3 balancing poses allowed you to explore that a little bit. Please let me know what you think. And it's always nice to warm up beforehand, because then your body responds to what you want to do in a slightly different way. But like I said before, with balancing, it's the memory muscle, and that helps feel a bit more stable. So the more balancing you do, the more your body will be like, I know where this is going. But equally, it's important to remember that sometimes balancing might just be out the window. It's quite all right. Okay, so I look forward to hearing from you, and don't forget to check out my other videos. I'll see you again soon. Namaste.